to Two Guys Ride. Today, Rob and I are here at Back to the 50s on this beautiful shady day today. And we're here with Jordan and Rachel. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So we have got an unusual story here with an unusual vehicle. So first of all, Jordan, just tell us what is the vehicle behind us?
So the vehicle behind us is a 1956 International Travelall. This was used as one of the original school buses, as one of the original school buses, and we are the original owner family since 1956.
Okay, so Rachel, you have a particular history with this vehicle. Tell us a little bit about it.
So my grandfather started a school busing company in rural Minnesota, in Monticello, and he bought this to transport students to school. Happened to be my mom rode to one classroom school in this back in 1956.
Oh my gosh. So your family's owned it since it was new. Your mother, your grandmother, rode in this, and your grandfather, your dad, owned it and drove it.
Yep.
Is that correct? Right, because he actually drove.
My great-grandfather owned this. My dad, as going through the school busing industry, he later on drove my mom in a different bus to school.
And were they dating at that time?
They were. They
Okay.
had just started dating at that time.
So that's what a story. Now, so you are basically fourth generation, Jordan.
Yes, yep.
Wow, that is incredible. Let's talk about the vehicle itself because it has had some work redone, right? So it has been repainted, obviously.
Yes, it has. It was repainted in about 2002.
Okay, is it the original colors?
I believe it is.
Okay, if it's not the exact right
Yeah.
number 001 paint,
it's as close as the original as it'll get.
right. It would have looked red and tan.
Yes.
I guess is what I'm getting at. Okay.
Yes.
Now, in the front, has anything been like replaced or modified?
No, we have not had any modifications.
So these are original headlights, original turn signals, original
Yes.
bumper.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah, this is probably one of the most unique all original vehicles you'll ever see.
what are the hooks?
So these two hooks, though, that's actually that's how you prop the hood open and closed. So
Oh!
so you
Show it, yeah.
you come down here and then you push down and it'll pop. It'll release.
Because you can actually tilt the hood either direction.
Yep. Earlier today, I had it tilted open.
Set it the other way.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so that's how you do that. Ah. All right. Original engine.
Yes.
I'm hoping it's not the original battery.
No, it is
All
not.
right,
No.
all right. Battery's been changed, but other than battery, fuel filter, oil filter, that kind of stuff.
Some hoses here and there
Some
because
hoses.
as things get older, they get brittle and they break, and
Yep.
you
gotta
just
replace those.
General maintenance.
That's right. But that's all that's been done to it.
Yeah.
Man, original tranny.
Yep.
How many gears was this?
This was it should be a 6-gear geared transmission.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And your radiator's original?
I believe so. Yes.
That wouldn't be a surprise, I think, if it was replaced. I mean, after a number of years, but
it's close to it, or
But it's close to it
as
if it
close
is.
to it
Okay.
as possible.
but in other words, you haven't done any major modifications. You haven't replaced
No.
the transmission. You haven't replaced, blown up the heads or anything or doing anything.
No.
Okay.
No.
You've kept it original.
Yep.
As original
Okay.
as it can possibly be. We've kept it the same as we could make it
Could
the
make
same.
it.
Mhm.
Okay. And Jordan, you are sort of the mechanic for the caretaker for this. Yes.
Yeah. And then there's also another person. Todd, can't forget to mention Todd. He's the big inspiration behind most of this for my grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Original rims and hubs.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
There is no air. There is no air
Well, I
conditioning.
got
The
1, 2, 3. This is like a 6+ air conditioning system. You got 6
yes.
windows and a vent.
in the
Yeah,
front.
okay. Yes.
Okay.
The original
All right.
air conditioner.
Yeah.
Original
running boards.
Running boards there?
Yep.
Man. All right. You know, I noticed as we were going around, there's a lot of, I mean, most of the rubber, all the windows are original, the rubber's even original.
The rubber gaskets are all original, dated back from '56.
Can we open this up right here, just this part? Okay. So we figured out earlier, but would have been about 7 passenger, probably somewhere close to that. And as you can see, the front seat tilts forward. So, you know, but it's only 2-door as far as the kids getting in.
But as far as kids getting in, yes. But actually, this is classified as a 3-door with the back door.
With the back door.
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
It's not much different than the vans they have today for transporting.
Wait a minute. Like, yeah.
This isn't much different than the vans that we have today and we transport students in, because the kids climb in there's a different door, but they have to climb through and go back. So it's very similar. Right. Transportation for school students hasn't changed a whole lot over the years in that respect.
I'm not sure that's depressing or if that's a good thing.
Well, you know, it's a good thing because they started with something that worked well and they've continued it forward. So that's good.
Now, there's not a lot of stores behind this 3rd door, is there?
No, there's not.
I'll say it again. All right, so there's not a lot of stores behind this 3rd door, is there?
No, there's really as much room for a spare tire and a couple of oil bottles.
Well, that's maybe all you need, right? You're certainly not going to pack any luggage in here.
No.
All right, so here's what I'm talking about, you know, where this original rubber is, right?
Yep.
You can see where some of it has gone out completely.
Yep.
But we were talking about these hinges earlier. It's kind of interesting that they still use them.
Yep. So the back window hinges are actually the same as today's school bus emergency doors.
Okay. That's interesting that from '56 to then they're still using pieces of technology that just worked well. I'm assuming there was a lamp underneath here.
Yep, there was. Yes.
Okay. Does this hinge? So it looks like this is hinged. Oh, it is. Okay. So, I mean, I don't see a handle. So is it? I mean, is one puncture this a handle?
I mean, yes, and then also like if it flips down with the hinge portion, it would be just so you can see the license plate.
Would still be facing the correct direction, and you could drive with it open.
Yes.
Huh. Well, that's a little unfair. Now you have like 7 window air conditioning. I said 6 earlier. All right. Are the tail lights originally placed?
They're originally placed, but they have been updated to look like what they were back in the day. But
okay,
you know.
So they would have been around.
Yep, they would have been around.
Okay, all right. Let's go around this side here because this is the original mirror mounts.
Yes,
and the original mirror, right? Yep. And it would have had the visor.
Yes,
and that came with it. Okay,
that was an option.
That was an option.
Yes.
All right, so this was like a customized bus.
I can tell you, our family does like the nicest you can. I think they like the look because if you're taking somebody in a vehicle, you want it to look good.
Yeah.
And you want people to be trusting that it's a sturdy vehicle, ready to run, and safe. So the better it looks, the better it looks, the better it is.
The image is. Okay. Can we take a look inside?
Of course.
Okay. Oh man, look at that! All original seats, floor mat. I mean, wow! I don't think you haven't added anything in here, have you?
No, we're not.
Boy, so you got one lever up here to move the seat.
Yep.
Slide the bench seat forward, and then you could tilt
the passenger seat. So that's how the students would be loaded into the bus.
Now, back in '56, did these not have the flashing lights at that time? Like
No, they did not.
Okay.
So at that point, there wasn't the laws and rules there are now for transporting students. So it's a much different. That evolved over time, which is wonderful.
Okay. Okay. So let's have you go through the gauges and the buttons here. You know, from here, you've got. I mean, they're all the way to where the jump seat is there.
So, this would be your driver heater controls right here.
Okay.
And then moving across, you have your headlights, your wipers, and then the choke, because not like vehicles today where you have to choke them. And then this would be another heater. The lever here is to control the
vent.
The vent, and then there are three more heater knobs on right underneath the jump seat there
Right.
for the other heaters.
Okay. Wow. So they had 3 heaters.
Yep.
Like one under each bench, then basically.
They're pretty much, but then also just direct airflow too.
Okay. Huh. Of course, manual windows, manual door handles, manual quarter windows right here. Man. And this was a little lockout, right? Where
Yes.
you had to push that to actually turn it.
Yep.
And then when you got it back here, it would kind of pop out again. You can see here where the weather stripping is coming down a little bit. That's just, goes to show you how original that is. You wouldn't see that otherwise. But, I mean, I love the fact that you've kept it original.
I think it adds to the character of the vehicle
Oh, absolutely.
and the history. Because if it were all completely restored, it wouldn't have that history or some of that character.
Not at all. And to think that your mom and your dad were both in this, before
yes.
they were even married. But
Yeah.
and this is where your grandparents. They probably didn't meet here, but I mean,
Yeah.
this is part of their legacy, part of their history.
Yep.
And not only that, but then later on, he got into busing, right?
Yes, yes. Well, the amazing part is my mom, when she was going to that school as a second grader, had no idea that the people running her to and from school would be part of her family someday. So that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
So you don't know what your future holds, but
No.
you get opportunities throughout life to meet people and do different things. So it's really lucky that my parents were able to do that.
And it's neat that you were able to preserve it and keep it. And, it'd be very easy for something to have been sold at an auction or that's getting old, let's just refresh and get a new one and not even really think about it. It's the fact that someone had the fortitude to think, wait a minute, this has got some unique stuff going. Maybe we just hang on to it for a while, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and hopefully to be passed down for generations to come.
There you go. Well, I got one more question for you. So let's go out here. Okay. All right. So one last question for both of you. I can answer individually, but what is one of your favorite memories with this?
One of my favorite memories with the travel is actually going up to the bus garage in Monticello and listening to my grandpa talk and share stories about the travel. Same with my great grandfather before he passed away. That's my greatest memory.
And what a treasure to have that from your grandparents, great grandparents. Rachel.
Well, I think overall memory is that it's been in the family, and it will be something that I will be able to have in years to come as well. We got the opportunity to choose a vehicle or something that my parents had to after they passed, which is a sad event in itself. However, knowing the history that this is something both important to my mom and dad, this is what I chose.
What an awesome memory. Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing your time and your beautiful story with us. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.